Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Two-Face from the Dark Knight Trilogy. This is Two-Face, portrayed by Eckhart from the Dark Knight. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 boom parts, McFarlane toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Two-Face, collect-build Bane. This is the third of 4 figures you need to complete Bane for the Dark Knight Rises. Here he is in the package. Looks like no traditional accessories, but he has a display stand, a collector's card, and then the torso of Bane. One side of the package, Two-Face from the Dark Knight Trilogy. Other side, Two-Face. The bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode, in case it helps anybody. On the back side, here's Bane. Here's a PC of Two-Face. Here's assembly instructions, and here's the rest of the wave. So no further ado, let's open it up. And I did get 2 full sets of these Dark Knight figures from the McFarlane toy store. They put them up the other day. They put them up already in stock. I ordered it and they shipped the same day. That is awesome. I got 1 set to open and enjoy, and 1 set to keep unopened in my complete Batman-related unopened action figure collection. And sometimes when you order from the McFarlane toy store, they'll send you a free action figure. This has happened to me a couple times in the past. They attach a note and it explains the action figure is in damaged packaging, beat up or dented, and here you go. Although every figure I've gotten, the package has actually been in pretty good shape. They gave me a Zack Snyder's Justice League Aquaman. Kind of a surprise. It's an older figure, one that I already have, and don't really need another one of. But I can find something to do with it, I'm sure. Pretty cool. They attach a little letter here. McFarlane Toy Store, if you want to read the letter, go ahead and pause now. Really, really good customer service from them. But to offset that really nice thing they did for me, they did a screw up and they didn't include the free Batman cover. It's a variant gold cover of the McFarlane Toy Store Batman comic. I used the code. You get, 5% off plus the free comic. I sacrificed using the 10% off code just to get that comic. I emailed them. I'm sure they'll send me out one. Still, a little annoying, but very cool to get those free figures. One little amendment here. I've had the figure for a few days now. As soon as I got the package, I emailed McFarlane about the missing gold variant foil cover comic, and they shipped one out immediately. And I also emailed them about Bane's peg on his wrist breaking off inside the arm. They actually sent me a whole other Scarecrow figure to replace the broken arm of Bane. That is some really good customer service there, if I may say so. Great company, making great figures for a great price, making them easy to obtain. They send you free stuff. Great customer service replacing any of my issues. I tip my hat to McFarlane Toys. Alright, now that I have this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He doesn't come with any traditional accessories, simply a display stand and a collector's card. But before we take a look at those, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Two-Face from the Dark Knight, played by Eckhart. Starting off this face here, looks pretty good. The scarred side looks fantastic. Sure, you could probably give it a little better paint job to really enhance and bring out the gruesomeness. But the sculpt was there. It's got all the scabby, all the muscles exposed. Looks pretty nice. The other side, Eckhart. I'll say it doesn't really look like Eckhart at all. Almost looks like more of a comic Two-Face. And for me, that's really cool. Almost makes you wonder, did they even get the likeness for Eckhart? They probably did, but going down his suit, it's burnt on one side, a little more subtle than the comic Two-Face figures. Tie's completely normal, the white shirt, even the pants are normal. It's just really perfect sports jacket that's burnt up. Then he has this coin permanently attached to his hand. Very disappointed with that. I wish it came with an alternate hand, because I don't really want this guy holding his coin all the time. Backside, completely normal suit, really no burnt parts. Good looking figure. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, nice suited body, and just a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Then the scarred side looks pretty good, and I really think the Harvey Dent side looks pretty good too, but it doesn't really look like Eckhart to me. Harvey Dent, Two-Face, both of them. I don't even know what exactly it is. It's not that noticeable, but the texturing on his diaper area is a little bit different from the rest of his pants. Almost like it has sort of a burnt look to it, but on both the left and the right side, whereas the rest of the pants look fairly normal. odd. Now for his accessories, and let's start off with the boring stuff. Here's the display stand. We've seen it time and time again. Black circle, one peg for the pegals on his feet. Very thin, very basic. Now for his collector's card. It's that campaign poster for Harvey Dent. I believe in Harvey Dent. Two-Face from the Dark Knight Trilogy. On the backside there is a description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. He also comes with Bane's torso. Cannot wait to put Bane together. Finally, a 7-inch Dark Knight Rises Bane. And if you complete all 4 figures in the wave, you can build Bane for the Dark Knight Rises. Looks pretty good, but not perfect. So one thing I really don't like about this figure is the lack of accessories, in particular, alternate hands. I mean, Two-Face should have come with a gun, but Warner Brothers doesn't allow any officially licensed DC figures to come with guns in any way, shape, or form. They have a no-gun ban. But he's got this hand that holds his coin permanently in hand. And while Two-Face holding a coin is very appropriate, I would definitely like an option for him not to be holding this all the time. An alternate pair of hands would have been nice for that purpose. Now Scarecrow comes with an alternate pair of hands. I'm curious, will that work for Harvey Dent here? Here is Scarecrow's alternate right hand. A little concerned that it may not fit properly, as I'm going to have to take the hand off of Harvey Dent and leave the peg into the arm. The hand would be perfect if this works, so I'll be careful to pull it off. And because I have an extra Scarecrow figure due to my Bane breakage, I have an extra set of these hands. And you know what? That worked like a charm. Heated up his hand, held the sort of wrist ball in, pulled the hand off, able to put Scarecrow's hand on, no problem. I thought it felt a little bit loose, but honestly, now that it's cooled off, it doesn't even really pull off. It even has a trigger finger here, perfect for a dual-wielding Two-Face. Now I've got Two-Face without his coin permanently attached. Another accessory would have been really nice if it came with would be a revolver, but we all know Warner Brothers has a no-gun mandate. Any officially licensed DC figures cannot come with guns in any way, shape, or form. At the end of the film, he had a revolver and was threatening Jim Gordon's children. Here's a little revolver that came in the McFarlane accessory pack number 2. Perfect for Harvey Dent. That accessory pack actually came with 2 different revolvers. Here's Two-Face holding that revolver. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and its accessories, or lack of, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's standing at about 7.2 inches tall, which can translate to about 18 centimeters. Now for his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up about that far, down about that far. Pretty nice. Tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes up about 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He doesn't have a butterfly joint. The jacket covered with that large gap. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. His wrists can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got a ball joint his torso. Rotate around, forward and back. Another one his waist. Rotate around, forward and back, giving him very nice range of motion in his torso area, especially for a suited figure. Get a little more out of the waist and the torso. Legs pretty much complete as a splits, not a ball joint. McFarlane style hip joints. Go forward about that far, back not much. Rotation's non-existent. Double jointed knees below that. And then his ankle here, forward and back, tilt, rock, as well as rotation and toe articulation. Here's an image of Two-Face flipping his coin, holding his revolver. He's split right down the middle, and his background matches right with the scarred side of his face. I was going to try to reenact a scene with Two-Face, with Commissioner Gordon, his wife, and their 2 kids. But I don't have a Gordon that scales up good with his Two-Face, not based off Gary Oldman. And didn't really have children that looked the right way either. With the campaign poster, or without. Here he is, on my Two-Face shelf. You can see the background. Half is wood, half is brick. We have an American flag on the back, on the left, normal, on the right, ripped. Coin on the left, face out, on the right, backside out. And even his table has a dark side on the right, light side on the left. Bunch of coins, couple chairs, table, coin, mirror on the left, looking nice. And on the right, looking evil. mirror, parallels, just like Two-Face likes it. Now let's check them out. Next to some other Two-Face figures. Starting off with some other Dark Knight Two-Face figures. Here he is, next to the Mafex Dark Knight Two-Face. And the Mafex figure came with swappable parts, so you could have Harvey Dent or Two-Face. Or both if you bought two of them. And here he is, next to the Soap Studios Dark Knight Two-Face. Then, next to the Mattel Movie Masters 6-inch scale Dark Knight Two-Face. And now, with the Mattel 5-inch scale basic Dark Knight Two-Face, here are all of my Aaron Eckhart Dark Knight Two-Face figures. Now let's check them out. Next to some Two-Face figures from different various companies. McFarlane hasn't made any other Two-Face figures in the DC Multiverse line, but they did make this Two-Face figure in their classic TV series 1966 line. It's very interesting, because he wasn't actually in the 66 show, but he was from the comic. And here he is, next to all of my DC Direct and DC Collectibles Two-Face figures. And according to the rumors, this is going to be the next Two-Face figure McFarlane makes. Two-Face as Batman from Batman Reborn. Then, next to a Mixed Masks unlicensed Two-Face figure. Then, next to a couple of Mezco 112 Collective Two-Face figures. And now, next to a Soap Studios Two-Face figure. Here's Two-Face, next to all of my Mattel Two-Face figures. Then, with an older Kenner Two-Face figure. Here are absolutely all of my Two-Face figures together. And I am missing a few. Here he is, next to a few different Harvey Dent figures by Mafex and the Mattel Movie Master Mattel Basic. And now let's check them out. Next to some action figures I thought would make some good Two-Face thugs or henchmen. Here he is, next to a couple of Jazzwares AEW Dustin Rhodes figures. I mean, look at their faces. And they made two different color variations. It's perfect. I even have the blighted up version of the red one. And here he is, next to a couple of Matt Hardy figures. One's a Mattel wrestling figure, and one's a Jazzwares AEW wrestling figure. Then, with a couple of these Mattel wrestling Christian figures. The Chase variant was opposite colors, perfect for twin henchmen. And now, next to a couple of Jazzwares Fortnite Bruno figures. And here, next to those twin ghost guys from the Matrix. Here's Two-Face, next to an older Toy Biz Marvel Legends White Queen and Black Queen figures. I thought these were good substitutes for Sugar and Spice, like in Batman Forever, although my own sort of comic action figure versions. And recently, Hasbro revisited these characters and gave us superior versions. Now let's check them out. Next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, with the rest of the Dark Knight Trilogy wave. Scarecrow, Batman, Two-Face, Bane, and Joker. Rumor is we're going to be getting gold label, Bane with jacket on, Batman with sonar eyes, and Joker in the bank robber outfit from the beginning of the film. And I hope they're going to give us more, particularly Batman in his Batman Begins suit. Here are all of the different Batman rogues McFarlane has made. On the bottom row, they're all from the comics, except for Two-Face. And on the top row, different forms of media. Even though Two-Face is a movie figure, he'll be pretty decent to fudge into your comic selection, at least until they get around to making a comic Two-Face. And the upcoming Two-Face as Batman is not what I had in mind when I said a comic Two-Face. Now let's check him out. Next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner, which arrived today. Man, they just keep coming in. And here he is, next to Duke Thomas the Signal, Jay Garrick the Flash, and Con-El Superboy. Then, next to the Kingdom Come Armored Batman, and the Dark Knight's Metal Gladiator Batman. And now, next to the most recent McFarlane Batman wave, we have Nightfall Catwoman, Hush Batman, Infinite Frontier Joker, and both versions of Mr. Freeze. Here's Two-Face, next to the Walmart exclusive gold label Vampire Batman and Eradicator. And here he is, next to the Target exclusive Deadman and Flashpoint Aquaman. Then, next to the Shazam 2 movie Shazam and the Amazon exclusive Tim Drake Robin. And now, next to the Amazon exclusive Batman Family 5-pack, here's Two-Face, next to the two most recent McFarlane Mega figures, Frankenstein and Mongol. And here he is, next to the most recent McFarlane Gaming Wave, Arkham City Sick Joker, and the Arkham Knight, Scarecrow and Red Hood. Then, next to McFarlane's Mortal Kombat 11 DC offerings, the Batman Who Laughs, and both versions of Joker. And now, next to the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, Hush Superman, and Rebirth Kid Flash. Now let's check him out, next to some other recent McFarlane Build-A-Figure waves. Here he is, next to the Target exclusive Crime Syndicate Collect-A-Build Star the Conqueror. And here he is, next to the Speed Metal wave, collect-to-build The Darkest Night. Then, next to the Batman Arkham City wave, collect-to-build an undersized Solomon Grundy. And here are the Walmart exclusive, gold label, black and gray variants. Now let's check him out, next to some page punchers. Here he is with the third wave of page punchers. This is a Flash-themed wave. We have Flash, the Atom, Heatwave, Gorilla Grodd, and both versions of Captain Cold. And here he is, next to the second wave of page punchers. This is based off Injustice 2. We have Supergirl, Dr. Fate, Batman, and Green Arrow. And finally, next to the first wave of page punchers, this is a Black Adam themed wave. Batman, Superman, Constantine, and Black Adam. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which ones you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to some more McFarlane Toys. These are from different various video game properties. And now, next to some Jack-specific wrestling figures. And here's Two-Face, next to a giant blow-up Batman balloon that I came home to. I got kind of excited and I thought my wife got that for me, but turns out it's for my bitch-ass 4-year-old nephew's birthday tomorrow. And here he is, next to some DST, or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here he is, standing with some NECA figures. Then, with some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. Then, with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is, next to some Mayfix figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares 4-net figures. So overall, this is a pretty nice Two-Face figure. It's McFarlane's first Two-Face figure, and I wish it was a comic Two-Face. But, he'll do for now. His accessories, frankly, they're non-existent. You really need an extra pair of hands without the coin, a gun, something. His sculpt and paint job are pretty nice, although he looks nothing like Aaron Eckhart, which actually works if you want to fudge him into your comic display. His articulation is everything you expect from a modern McFarlane DC Multiverse figure, although he has the older sort of ball joints in his wrists, and his hip area seems rather limited. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Really enjoying this Two-Face figure. Likeness could be a little better, but I'm pretty happy for what it is. I could imagine some really cool repaints of his scar side. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.